Okay, this will be the last session. Just a quick summary of everything so far here. We guided ourselves through most of the cemetery, picked up a few stray energies, checked the EF of the area, and found that towards this portion of the cemetery, there was nothing. But we made our way further up and found that this tree here has a EMF signature of 0.5 to 0.8, which is unusual when the rest of the cemetery has nothing. We also found that after walking towards this back corner of the cemetery, there was a man standing there in an old military uniform, which seems like it came from the Civil War era. I found that he started walking up here, stopping at certain graves and looking at them and sort of pointing to them. I talked to him for a second. His interaction with me was limited, but upon reviewing our 1-minute EVP sessions, he was giving us some faint responses. The responses weren't jumping out at me. They're not Class A EVPs. But it was enough that he held a conversation and I heard responses in the static, or in the noise, the underlying noise. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring ourselves over here to this tree, which has the EMF signature. And I'm hoping that the little faint signature that this tree is giving off will help him communicate with us. Note to the audience, I have protected myself. I did decide to open myself up a little, which is why I ended up running into this guy. And I'm getting some validation from what I saw. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with focusing on 1-minute EVP sessions to connect with him under this tree, because I think he's confused and he doesn't know exactly where he's at. Sir, if you could you come over here to this tree and speak to me? Or if there's someone here, you're welcome to speak, but I like to talk to the soldier I've been talking to. I'm going to let you know some things, sir. It appears to me that you may have passed over due to a sudden accident. I'm sorry. There's some wind buildup again. I'm sorry, sir, that happened to you. It appears that this may have happened back in the 1800s during the American Civil War. I thank you for your service. I sniffed just now. I thank you for your service. And it also appears to me that you may be on your family plot of land. If there are any members of this man's family who would like to come forward and guide him to the other side, can you please do that for him today? I very much feel that the opening of light is here. It's ready for you, sir. Our world is currently going through a very serious situation where a lot of people are having to pass over unexpectedly. If you are here with him and you can identify this man, can you take him by the hand and lead him into the light? Be here for him. Okay, my equilibrium's going off again. It's not so much that, but I feel like an energy. Like a heavy dose of energy right now. There's something up with this tree. I feel like the matriarch of the families are here. What I'm getting from this tree is something, this might sound silly, but it's deep rooted. The energy that's coming from this tree it's everywhere in this area. It's sort of like a symbolism of everything here. It's got a very heavy swaying energy. Almost like an ocean tide. It's a happy family. Thick. It's very, their ties are very thick, which would explain why this man is here. Can you all guide him to the light? Take him. Seeing a very light, white energy, white. I feel like the family's going to take him. Why they hadn't done it before, I don't know, but I feel like the family will take him. I'll have to come back. I'll come back at dusk one day and see what we get. Dusk or dawn. Let's go over this EVP session real quick, though. Pictures need to be taken out here. I'll take a handful of pictures before I leave. My battery's getting low and I've got a lot of things being uploaded. Oh, shucks. Give you guys another view. Okay, here we go.
Sir, if you could you come over here to this tree and speak to me? There's someone here. You're welcome to speak, but I'd like to talk to the soldier I've been talking to. I'm going to let you know some things, sir. It appears to me that you may have passed over due to a sudden accident. I'm sorry. There's some wind build up again. I'm sorry, sir, that happened to you. It appears that this may have happened back in the...
What was that noise? It's a bird.
That happened to you. It appears that this may have happened back in the 1800s during the American Civil War. I thank you for your service. I sniffed just now. I thank you for your service. And it also appears...
What was that?
For your service. And it also appears to me that you may be on your family plot of land. Are there any members of this man's family who would like to come forward and guide him to the other side? Can you please do that for him today? I very much feel that the opening of light is here. Is ready for you, sir. Our world is currently going through a very serious situation where a lot of people are having to pass over unexpectedly. If you are here with him and you can identify this man, can you take him by the hand and lead him into the light? Be here for him? Okay, my equilibrium's going off again. It's not so much that, but I feel like an energy. Like a heavy dose of energy right now. There's something up with this tree.
What was that? You guys hear that? Well, that sounds like a voice of a woman. There's no women out here. It happens at 2:27. One more time. Now that's a good one. The other ones we were hearing were different. Class C, probably. That's one was a Class B, Class A, and it came from hanging around this tree that had an EMF signature. And I was asking his family members to help pass him over, and we get the voice of a woman. There's nobody else out here. It's just me out here in a road. Voices don't travel like that. Let's keep going. Let's take a look at these graves while we're doing it.
I feel like the matriarch of the families are here.
There goes your other point. So about a minute before that, as I'm sort of doing psychometry on the tree, we get a voice of a woman that's prominent in an area after I just said the energy feels intense. It feels concentrated. At a tree that had an EMF signature near these two graves, and I feel like the matriarchs of the family are here. And we got this woman speaking. What the hell was that? I just saw like a shadow movement over there. Could it have been my glasses? I mean, it wasn't my glasses. It almost looked like a shadow passed by this grave right here. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it wasn't your typical shadow. It was just like the form of something. Anybody know what that means? I'm going to have to come back to this place. Let's finish this session right here.
What I'm getting from this tree is something, this might sound silly, but it's deep rooted. The energy that's coming from this tree is everywhere in this area. It's sort of like a symbolism of everything here. It's got a very heavy swaying energy.
Let's review that one just now.
Thing here. It's got a very heavy
I would consider that to be some form of EVP. There's definitely some heavy variations in the background noise that sound like syllables, and there's some inflection there. I'll review it one more time and we'll keep going.
Heavy swaying energy. It's got a very heavy swaying energy.
That's something.
Almost like an ocean tide.
similar noise just now. Let's review that one, and then I'll have to make a judgment call on the one I heard before. Maybe we're just hearing something weird.
It's got a very heavy swaying energy. Almost like an ocean tide. It's a happy family. Thick. It's very, their ties are very thick, which would explain why this man is here. Can you all guide him to the lake, which would explain why this man is here? Can you all guide him?
So my phone is at 15%. I'll have to get it charged soon, so I will have to stop after this. But it looked like there was some kind of another inflection there in the speaking. Let's go ahead and review that.
Thick, which would explain why this man is here.
Right here.
Can you all guide him?
You hear that? It sounds like whispering.
Is here. Can you all guide him to the light? Take him. Seeing a very light, white energy, white. I feel like the family's going to take him. Why they hadn't done it before, I don't know, but I feel like the family will take him. I'll have to come back. I'll come back at dusk one day and see what we get. Dusk or dawn. Let's go over this EVP session real quick, though.
Okay. That, my friends, will be the end of me investigating this spot today. I gotta say, I don't know how often people come here, but this place is active. This place is extremely active. And as a closeout, we'll be referring to my two friends here. White Sage, let's get this name right. Paulo Santlewood. So, I'm going to leave some sage to burn here. And I'm also going to burn some sage on myself to cleanse myself off. And then I'll do my closing prayers and I'll call it a day. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you like this, subscribe. I'm actually finding that most of my videos have been about prior investigations I have, and I'm actually starting to enjoy this a little because from a research standpoint, things are picking up. I think attaching myself to that tree and then making the same declarations and asking for communication actually help amplify my ability to communicate. Which to me means if you can attach yourself to an EMF source that might be of some kind of paranormal origin, or just an EMF source in general, it might act like an antenna and help you communicate, as opposed to just talking to the air like we usually do. Which to me means maybe next time I come out here I'll walk around barefooted, so I'm a little bit more grounded and I can speak. This place has been interesting. I thank the inhabitants and I look forward to coming back out and speaking with them, and I hope that individual that I saw, if he isn't able to pass over, maybe he can go from a state of confusion to a state of awareness. And maybe next time I come out here, our communication will be different. Thanks. Remember, like and subscribe, you guys. See ya.